I F up by sharing my feelings to my best friend. Yeah, I've 34M been in love with my 32F best friend for the best part of a decade. I've been her friend for 10 years now. It all started when I got dumped by my first real girlfriend. A 7 years relationship going down the drain, and I needed to flush it all out with a good alcohol wash. It was starting to be late during a weeknight, and the only person who was still up in my Facebook friend list was her. She was a clerk at a convenience store near my place, and we never really talked outside really. I took my chance, told her I really needed to get drunk this night, and by chance, she also had a rough day and needed the stress relief. She wasn't even my type to begin with. A bit taller than me, I'm kinda short, 5 feet 7 inches, blonde, a bit too girly for me, but hey, I was mainly there to forget, and she seemed like someone I could have fun with. I was right. Super funny, interested in what I had to say, smart, both feet on the ground. The night went by super smoothly. We both went to her place and fell asleep cuddling each other. She even laughed the next day when I had to puke on the side of the road. She gave me a lift. I was way too drunk to drive. That was it. A good start to a nice friendship, but really though, it wasn't one. I didn't ask for this, nor did I plan to feel this way, but man, she was like a sunshine shredding through my darkness. She made me feel whole when I needed it the most, and the feelings I had for her started to crawl under my skin day by day. Back then, she was with some dork who didn't really love her to begin with. She started to be closer and closer to me, but still really loved him. There was a sexual tension between us sprouting more, and I'm ashamed to say this, but I took the opportunity and went all out. This is my first F up. Sex was great, I can't deny that. Even the best I ever had, to be frank. She matched my energy, what can I say? But she still loved the other dude, and man was I falling hard for her after that. Weeks went by, then months, our little show still ongoing, until she decided to dump him. I was both relieved and stressed about the situation because I really didn't know how to approach her. She was hurt, needed me, but at the same time she had to free herself from an abusive relationship and try to refocus on herself. And the only thing she did to do it was back then was to meet as much people as possible to forget him. My second F up was to stay there and say nothing. I've let her talk about all of the man she met and F-ed without saying a goddamn word. I should have just walked away, grieve and move on, but hey, love is blind. I finally overcome my sadness by meeting a super sweet girl who was a bit older than me. Super funny, had a strong heart, and was super gorgeous. Like, that girl was my ideal type. Curly red hairs, freckles in her face, her collarbones and shoulders a bit smaller than. She was a tomboy, was always wearing jeans and was working as a welder. She even loved the same music as I did. It was love at first sight. We immediately clicked and got serious fairly quick. She knew about my best friend and my proximity with her and didn't mind. My third F up was to never set any boundaries with my friend during this relationship. She liked my new girlfriend but didn't like the attention I gave her. She had the sensation she lost the attention I had for her and multiplied it by tenfold for my new girlfriend. I brushed it away as mild jailhousey, but I guess it was more than that. Man, I'm not proud of all this. She started getting more and more flirty with me, a bit kinky when my girlfriend wasn't around, and ultimately, you guessed it, I couldn't resist and did the unthinkable with her. I'm pretty much certain my girlfriend knew at some point I cheated on her with my best friend because she one day dumped me out of the blue without any explanation. I was sad for a bit, but I deserved it 100%. I thought I had my chances back with my friend, but hey, let's keep this a tradition. She found someone else not long after. At this point in my life, I got physically hurt. Injured myself while working, hitting my neck and my back badly, and had to stop working for a good while, almost 8 years and counting now. I was still in love with my best friend but was too much a coward to tell her, yet again, because she had found someone new and I didn't want to lose her. My social circle went super small after my accident, so I needed a win here. I've kinda forget about being with her, even more when she married him a year after they started dating. But I couldn't move on. I was so stuck in the self-destructive loop of me being hurt badly, feeling unwanted, crippled, and yet hoping for her to wake up and see how much I loved her that I practically stopped existing at this point. I was there for her when she needed help with her shop, when she felt bad about school or about her relationship, and I was desperate for a bit of attention on my end. I mean, the sexual tension and proximity between us was still there, but I didn't want to take a step this time. I didn't want to ruin a marriage, especially my best friend relationship. I dug a hole and went silent about it for years, man. I'm reading this up right now and I feel such like an idiot. I'm sorry, this is dragging a bit here, but you had to know the full extent of our friendship to understand why I F up for the last time yesterday. She decided to end her marriage a couple months ago. Her husband was sick and didn't want to help himself. She tried as much as she could to help him out by finding solutions, but nothing sticked. He was abusing meds and drinking to the point of being borderline violent. That's when she decided it was enough, but hey, she loved the guy. She's naive but still loved the guy. So I did my job as a friend and tried to support her as much as I could. Calming her anxiety, trying to cheer her up when she felt super sad. She's now living a bit far from home and I can't drive, so I have her moral support. She also always avoided coming to my place for more than 15 minutes for the past 5 years, which I found weird AF and a bit rude, but I was also getting better myself. I've lost weight, got back some of my confidence, got back a bit of a need for life, you know? 6 months later, now she's feeling a bit better. She still said from time to time that she miss him but started to show interest in life again. She also started seeing people, just flings, for the sake of it and to tease me back again. That's when I started FNG up again. Man, I've started complaining she never had a single second to come see me, not even when she was single again. For that part, it's true. She's my best friend, but she didn't even took the chance to take a coffee with me in 5 years, and that I was hurt about it. She told me she was still figuring out her life and that she did not have any spare time, not even for herself. That's when everything went out. The whole story, my friends, served on a platter for her to enjoy to its full extent. She went radio silent for a while until a couple days ago when everything went back like nothing happened. So yeah, yesterday I decided I had enough and asked her what we were exactly. Last F up in the saga. I really didn't like the answer. She was confused because she had recently met someone she liked to the point of probably being exclusive to him for the time being. I just couldn't anymore. I've been suffering for the past 10 years and I had to add a coat on top of all this. I knew it was already going in this direction and I still stood there like an idiot. I had to do something, so I did what I could do best right now. I chose myself. I thanked her for the good stuff that happened during the last decade. It wasn't all bad moments, told her I couldn't keep up with this anymore and that I wasn't angry nor disappointed. She had the right to live her life the way she wanted, with who she wanted and at the pace she wanted, but so did I. I wished her the best of luck and completely erased her from my life. It sucks. Really bad. I'm hurt to the point of being on the verge to throw up because I know I can't get back from this. Something broke between us and I've probably lost her forever. What other choice did I had? Edit. I have to clarify certain things here before it gets out of hand. I was kinda overwhelmed when I wrote this to Fu since I have nobody to talk to currently and needed to vent out. I forgot to write certain key factors that need to be said. She knew I loved her back then and she also knew I had still strong feelings for her today. When she dumped her first boyfriend 10 years ago, I tried to make a move and was met with a refusal. She wanted me, she just didn't want to commit herself in a serious relationship. I should have stopped there and move on, but like I said, I was in love. I tried to get back in the game and flirt with other gals, but it just didn't stick with me. I've dialed back down on this part when she got married and stopped flirting with her until recently. Also, about the coffee part, it's more complicated than this. I've been inviting her to all sorts of events and party in the past 5 years, before and after COVID mainly, and I've always been greeted with excuses as to why she couldn't make it. I'd be okay about the part where she was still married, since he could be a bit overwhelming to deal with, but after 6 months as a single person, going out and having fun with a bunch of other people, it kinda felt awkward for me, her best friend, to be left out each and every single time. That's when I started getting a bit bummed about this whole situation. Lastly, I've told her about my res-surging emotions 2 weeks ago. I know she wanted to be free and just have fun with random dudes, and at this point, I've told myself, what's a couple more weeks over waiting 10 years to get a chance? The only thing I've asked her was to give me a chance if she felt the need to have something more than casual with someone. It happened not with me. I was fed up. I asked her the question that led me here writing this post. And yeah, I also feel bad for the girl I was dating back then. I'm really not sure if she knew about it, but either way, I couldn't stay with her after that, no matter what. TLDR, I had to erase my best friend from my life because I was too much a coward to tell her how I felt about her for the past decade until it was already too late.